just shy. And to me, scared money don't make no.
Girl, you can say that again.
Yeah, you can't be. You gotta jump the fence. You gotta take a
But
leap.
people, like one of the guys at work laughed. He said, "Girl," he said, "I need to hit you up for some money." I said, "First and foremost, just because I have several streams of income does not mean that I'm over here sitting on stacks of money." I said, "By the time I get my check, it's already allocated to do whatever I needed to be done with and move on."
Yeah.
And I done finished my Christmas for the kids. I said, all my god kids and niecy poo was done as of this morning. And I said this year was kind of different because I had one graduate. Then Jay did so good. He got nominated for some type of um football event for middle school. So I went ahead and paid that for him. I was like, look, this year God mommy was able to do it, so I was able to do it. But I said now I gotta make up this money and sit on down for a little bit. So they was like, you rich God mommy. I said,
Okay. So this week is our second to last training
mhm.
for the year. I cannot believe that December is here and almost over, and 2024 is almost over. But in a way, the way 2024 has been, I think it's time for us to start over fresh. So I'm just going to go over a brief training and then we're going to go into software. So the 2025 tax season is closer than you think. Are you feeling prepared? Are you overwhelmed by even the thought of it? I am not overwhelmed. I'm kind of excited because it's a stream of income. So yeah, I'm ready to get it started. Um, Today's training is about fear and turning your fear into fuel. A lot of times, what we're scared of is the unknown. And I want you guys to not, I know a lot of the things, especially when I talk about due diligence and all of that, it can be a little, can make you feel like, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? But at the end of that tunnel, you see that bright light. I promise you, at the end of tax season, for some of you guys, you're going to be like, wow, I'm glad that I did this. If you handle the tax season correctly, it could be very lucrative. And I just wanted to I'm going to share in the Facebook group some of the numbers. The average fee for a tax return is about $300, right? Minimum. 250 to $300. You guys, of course, get a 50% split, right? And if you do 5 returns a day, or if you do 5 returns, period, you do see a return on your investment. You do see some type of income. But if you do 5 returns a day, every day, like if you just go hard, you can see a nice sized chunk of income. It's just all about whether you want to treat this as a stream of income, if you want to treat it as a goal, or if you want to treat it as a hobby. I don't treat this as a hobby. This is my livelihood. This is how I eat. This is how I take care of a lot of things. And tax season is not year round for me. So I wanted to, let me just adjust this because I don't want my face to show. Okay. So fear of the unknown could be the new tax laws, the IRS changes, the evolving client needs. There can be anxiety from workload, whether I know many of you guys have other jobs. So balancing your personal life with the peak tax season hours. That's one of my challenges as well. And also the syndrome, wondering if you know enough or are you ready to handle complex cases. I have suffered from every single one of those. The fear of the unknown. Oh my gosh, especially when it's an election year, it can be very overwhelming. And then trying to balance personal life with the workload can also be something that can be overwhelming. Wondering if you know enough to handle the complex cases, that is also one. But I'm telling you, with my help and chat GPT and all of the things that we have available, that should be one of the least things to worry about, to be honest. I have had issues with all three of them. And then there's the emotional reframe. Fear, let me just tell you, fear is just a sign that you're about to grow. I look at everything like that. When I'm spiritual. When I see things start happening, I'm like, oh God, God is about something good something big is about to happen. When things start working out crazy, start just everything start going wrong. Every tax season is an opportunity for career development and increased earnings. Your ultimate goal should be, last year I did this, this year I want to do this. Even if it's just one more additional client or doing a different type of return. But the ultimate goal, the way I live my life personally, is every single day I want to be better than yesterday. And that's, I want you guys to tackle that. This year I tackled so many fears. Taking on corporate clients for the first time. I did a couple of S corp returns, and I'm not talking about on at TurboTax. I'm talking about clients that trusted me with their taxes. Becoming an enrolled agent was one of the biggest, and I'm still pinching myself like, oh my gosh. Not working for almost all of the year, the financial strain, and look at it, it's December. I have not worked since December. I didn't take on any clients, but my tax clients that I had from January to April were able to sustain me up until now. Master your calendar before it masters you. Do batching of time so that you can save time. So you want to group similar tasks like client consultation, document reviews, and tax prep all at one time. You want to set boundaries. You want to schedule a clear work hours to avoid that burnout. And you want to automate and delegate. Use tools that streamline scheduling, client onboarding, and follow-ups. So I'm just going to share with you guys what I do. And many of you guys know me from when I worked at Amazon. When I used to work at Amazon, I worked third shift. So my I would get off of work at midnight and I would do all my tax returns between midnight and 3 o'clock in the morning. And I kind of stuck to that. When I went to TurboTax, I kind of stuck to that same because I work nights at TurboTax as well. I like to work nights with taxes. The house is quiet, and I don't have to worry about any distractions. No one's calling my phone at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. The reason why I share that is find a time that works for you. So the clients are going to send you things all times a day, but you set a time. Okay, on Mondays, I'm going to do this between this and that. And I literally have a schedule. I normally don't work any of my jobs on Mondays. Mondays is for team development. I help work with you guys, and then I work with clients on Mondays. Tuesdays, I do follow ups. Wednesdays, I kind of fall back. Thursdays and Fridays, I only work half a day. And I tell clients that I also set boundaries. No one is to call my phone before 12 o'clock noon. You can call, you can leave a message, but I'm not going to answer. Because if I'm getting off of work at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not up perky at 8. And then I also have life. I have doctor's appointment. I have things of that nature. So I try to schedule that. I'm not available till 12 noon. So when you set those boundaries, people know when you're available. If you're straight, listen, I work a regular job. I do taxes between 6 and 9. That means they shouldn't be calling you at 4. They can try. They just have to leave a message or email you. And then when you get to your block of time that's appropriate, then you contact them. That's to avoid you from always people pulling you from all the overwhelm of always trying to be available for everybody at the same time, especially when you also have to deal with being a mom and having a family. You also have to consider in the kids. When I first started doing taxes, I have twins, I have grandchildren, all of that. So I knew that between 12 and 3, when these kids get off of school, between 12 and 3 when they were at school, I can get things done, right? Between 3 and 7, 8 when they're going to sleep, I can't talk to any clients with any noise in the back. So that's why I like to run my business at night. So find a time that works for you. It's important. What gets scheduled gets done. So have a calendar. have some type of app on your phone. Utilize, if you have a smartphone, they call it a smartphone for a reason. There's so many apps that our phones have that we do not utilize. I now, with the help of ChatGPT, I have a schedule. Everything I do is on my calendar. I schedule it out. I get alerts. It helps me to budget out my time. It helps me to also schedule me time. I literally put me time on my calendar. And I want you guys to do the same thing. Do not fall victim to burnout. And even if it's not tax time, just in life, do not allow this to the time and the schedule and everything to cause you to burn out. My kids have a term for, I think it's called crash out. Don't crash out. So what's one of the things you struggle with during tax season? I want you to definitely, we're going to be doing one-on-ones, and that's one of the things that I wanted to, that we're going to brainstorm solutions on our one-on-one. What are some of the things that you struggle with, that you're fearful of, some of the things that you're not sure about? We're going to discuss those things on our one-on-one calls. So there's certain tools that's needed. The right tools make all the difference. So you have the tax prep software. I provide that. We have our client management tools, which is Jotform and Canopy. We have a document management, which is Verify, which I'll be introducing you guys to. And then we have marketing tools. I use ConvertKit for my email campaigns, and then social media and word of mouth. Do not forget word of mouth. Let everybody know that everywhere I go, people know that I do taxes. I find a way to find it in the conversation. And even if they don't ask me, like if I'm in an Uber and they're telling me about their life, I'll simply say, yeah, I do taxes. You'll be surprised when I go to the post office, everywhere I go, I let people know what I do. All right. And as a bonus tip, stay current by paying attention to the emails that I send out and to our Facebook group. We only have one more meeting before the year is over because of the holiday season. I can't promise you that I'm going to be here the Monday before Christmas or the Monday before the year is over. I have family coming into town, and I want to respect you guys' holidays as well. So I also have what's called an affiliate and referral opportunity. I understand that life be lifing. I understand school, family, and time can also be a challenge. So if you're not able to actually commit the time to do taxes, you can earn commissions by joining the Win with Listra referral affiliate program. Basically, what that means is that you're gonna have people that want to do taxes. You're going to have people, and you're going to refer them to me. And based on you if you enter, you're going to receive a 10% of whatever the prep fee if they're an individual client, and if they're business, you receive 15% of the fee. If you enter it in the software, so if you get a referral, they send everything over and you enter it in the software, you receive an additional $50 bonus. That's if you just don't want to be involved, but people know you do taxes, or they know that if you want to just say, I know somebody that does taxes, you can refer them, and those are the fees that you receive. And this could be lucrative as well. Imagine referring 10 people and receiving and entering, keying it in the software. That's $500, and then whatever the prep fee is, which is usually more than $50, depending on what services they had. You could receive an additional between 250 to lot go. I mean, the sky's the limit to what you could create an income just by being an affiliate and referral. So I just wanted to share those options. I know that, this can be overwhelming. You got kids, whatever, but I want you guys to know that I got you. I don't want you to be scared. I did a training today with the IRS about due diligence. The only thing that we have to do is just document. And I'm going to go over that today. We're going to go over scenario return, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. If you're ready to thrive and not just survive during 2025 tax season, let's partner together. Let's make it happen. I'm here for you guys. Like I have been with many um tax companies. And what I offer you guys is because I wish it was offered to me. Many of the companies that I'm in, you have to provide your own jot form, you have to enter it yourself, and there's no one to review the return. You're basically on your own. I do not do that to you guys. You're in business by yourself, but you're not by yourself. You're not alone. The 2025 tax season doesn't have to be stressful. With the right mindset, proper time management, strategies, and the tools, you can transform the fear into financial freedom. Let's do this together. Now, if you noticed in this slide and the previous slide, I said the same thing over again. Let's do this together. I say this because you're an independent, however, you're not alone. You're not alone. I want you to, I want to just drill that into you guys' head. You're not alone. I don't want you to be scared that you're all by yourself. So last week in the Facebook group, I shared a lot. Over Black Friday, I invested so much money into marketing. And one of the marketing flyers that I purchased is this Starbucks flyer. I also have one for Dunkin' Donuts, and it doesn't show clear here, but basically, what you're going to do is buy $5, you can order these on Amazon or wherever. $5 gift cards. You're gonna get the code and enter it here on Canva, and then you're gonna give them to lucky winners. Whether it's the first client, whether it's someone that gave you a referral, whether it's someone that liked your post. However you want, it's a way to reward your clients or reward people for making a referral. So that's the Starbucks, and I have one for Dunkin' Donuts that's really cute as well. So and then I have this flyer that says file with us. It says same day advances up to $7,000. I think I shared with you guys last week. We advertise advances, but we do not do advances. It's just a way of getting people's attention, and we don't tell them that we don't do advances. We just go with the flow. I'm just telling you guys that. And we have this other cute flyer, file now, pay later. Now, all of these colors and all of these customizations can be adjusted to your liking. I shared in the group. If you want me to put your brand colors, whether you want pink or orange or purple or whatever, you want your name and your phone number, or you don't want your name and your phone number, or you want your logo. If you want those flyers customized with your information on it, email me that information. And I do have to charge a fee because I paid for these flyers. I paid a lot of money for flyers. I have yard signs. I have what else? In yard signs, I invested in doorknob hangers. I invested in a lot of things that you guys can add to your like things that you can use to market your business. What I have, you have. It's just some things is just you're gonna have to. I just think it's only right if you help share the cost. So while we're into this portion of the training, is there any questions in reference to what I just shared?
No, not at the moment.
Stop sharing for a minute, and we're going to go into the whole process. And the very interesting question before I started recording in reference to the jot forms. So I think I baby you guys and I provide the jot forms. I've spoke to my peers. I'm the only one that does it. Everyone else is like their team members create their own jot forms. I'm just a stickler for compliance and due diligence. So if you want to create your own jot form, you can, but let me help you or let me review it before you send it out to anybody. We don't want to have a situation enough information, we don't have the right verbiage, and then we're not covered in certain scenarios, especially with me now being an enrolled agent and just paying so much attention to tax law. I want to make sure that the verbiage is correct on the jot form. So if you want to do your own jot form, you can. The jot form, and I'm looking at a new software called Cognito as well. um, we're going to be using those only for new clients. Returning clients that's been coming for year to year to year, we're going to be using Canopy. And for file management, we're going to be using something called Verifile. We'll be also using Canopy and Verifile for team communication. So for instance, I have some clients that's been with us for years. Now, IRS regulation states that we have to keep a copy of their tax return for 3 years. I have clients that I have further than 3 years. That in the phone call I was on today, they told me to shred them. I don't know about that. But and it's really for protection if God forbid something happens and someone gets access to those files. So I am going to be uploading the returning clients into Verifile. What's going to be in their Verifile account is going to be every year's a copy of every year's tax return for the past up for 3 years. They're going to have access to that. Any forms that they submit to us is going to be in another folder. It's basically for practice management and just to I believe in security and we must use secure methods. Clients sending us items via Gmail, y'all know how I feel about it. I really don't. If they're going to send us something by Gmail, let them send it by Google Drive. Um, we definitely do not do any exchange of information via text message. There's also some things that I'm going to share with you guys in reference to getting a VPN, making sure that you have a secure, that you're using secure measures on the tax returns. And also, under no circumstances at all are you to be doing a tax return on your cell phone at all. Do not access the software from your cell device. Will it allow you to? Probably. It doesn't show good. You don't get to see it very clear. And I just think it's not professional. Everyone should have a laptop or a desktop. If you do not have a secure laptop, if you do not have or desktop, or at the least an iPad, then you will be a referral agent, and that's okay. But for security, I just don't find it secure. Try to refrain from using apps such as TikTok and Facebook and WhatsApp while you're working on a tax return. Definitely use secure measures. Make sure that you lock up the documents when you're finished. You have some type of way to keep the items so that no one should be able to have access when you're not home or when you're not around. If you share a house with someone, your items that you're doing taxes it should not be where somebody could just walk by your desk and pick up something or walk by your desk and spill tea or coffee on your workspace. This is your business. Treat it as such. And I've learned, like, I have my grandkids hate, like, I don't even want them nowhere near my computer. Y'all could play hiki ha ha. And when it comes to grandma's computer, that's off base. We don't play with, and they don't play on my phone nor my iPad. I have one phone that I allow them to play on, and that's like a phone that's not working anymore. So we all have kids around us, but they just shouldn't be. I mean, you treat people's things how you would want your things to be treated. I was just having a conversation with my daughter. Our confidence, the clients hear it and they see it. If we're not confident about what we do, they're not going to be confident in trusting us. I know that I am a stickler for getting my hair done. And if I go to somebody to get my hair done, and every 5 minutes they have to stop to take care of their kids, the kids is running around playing in the hair products, and they're like, oh my God, I made a mistake, and their concentration is now entirely on me, I'm not coming back. And I'm not giving a tip. And I'm going to keep on looking to make sure, like, are you doing the right thing? You want your full attention to be on your client at all times. And if that means, like I used to do, working in the middle of the night, then that's what you're going to have to do. But we want to make sure that the information that we share is secure. So I am going to pull up I'm going to go into jot form real quick. I just was in one because I'm working on scenario 10 today. and I entered it, and I act like, and her name is funny, Rasputia is one of my clients. So I entered her information into Jot form, and then this is the Jot form and what it looks like. This is what it looks like, what the client fills in. And when I say about making sure that your form is compliant, all of this information is here for a reason. Everything. So I want to, if you do your Jot form, like you can literally, I think there's a way for me to share my form and you can duplicate it if that's something that you're interested in. So this is the form that the client sees. Then
We're not sharing. We're not sharing. You know, we can't see your screen.
you can't see it up. Sorry.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm just moving around. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I'm sharing it now. I forgot that I stopped sharing. Okay, where are we? We're right here. Okay, it should be coming up soon. Um, yeah, I'm just waiting for it to pull up. Sorry. Yeah, so we want to make sure that if you want me to share my template so that you can use it, that's something that you can do. It's actually better that way because I want you guys to be more responsible. And I'm going to show you guys in the software. It's taking forever to load. Taking forever to load. I'm gonna just go straight to the software because I want to show you guys something. All right. I know we use the demo software, but I want to log into the real software because I want to show you guys where to upload documents, and then we're gonna come back to the Jot form. I've noticed just from previous years, the uploading part has been something that I'm not seeing a lot of. I am logging into the software. I was supposed to do this before I logged on, so my apologies. I was busy typing in Respucia in Jot form. I'm moving backwards. So this is how we log into the software. This is the live software. And it may give you, okay, so when you log into the software, this is 2024. I am going to log into 2023 and start a new return, and I'm going to do Respucia's return. Start a new return. And this is scenario 10 and the returns that I shared with you guys. I'm going to try to make this not take too long. So my social security number is 0141120. Start return. And then this question pops up. Make sure you get your 7216 consent to use tax return information signed. I have this information on the Jot form. So that's why I tell you that a lot of the things that's on there is on there for a reason. I'm thinking about adding it to the actual return as well because it's something that we should be getting. And that's basically them giving us permission to do their taxes. But when they sign that Jot form, they're giving us permission to do their taxes. So it's pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. Anytime we use the software with Zoom, it moves a little bit slow or a lot slow. I did a training Saturday night. I told you guys that I'm in this group, and it was 150 tax office owners, and we all did this together Saturday night, like 10 o'clock at night. It was so cool. It was like last minute, but the software was moving slow as well. And if you guys ever have a time where you like, Listra, I have a scenario and you want to do a Zoom call with me, we can if it's just planned out. I'll say meet me in an hour or this time works. So we can meet together on Zoom to look at any of your clients' information. This is taking so long. I apologize. Gosh, I hate that this is moving so slow. Okay, here we go. All right. So when you get your client's information, you're going to go here, basic information. We're going to start entering her information. But the whole reason for me coming into software is to show you where you should be entering. Oh, I keep on biting my cheek. So she is head of household. Let me stop jumping all over the place. She's head of household. Continue. And we determine head of household based on the information that they provide on the intake form. We do not ask them what their filing status is. Oh my goodness, this is moving so slow. Okay. I like to always use caps. E-U-T-A. Last name is and her date of birth. I'm gonna do this really quick. For her birthday is 420. Haha. 19. She didn't provide an occupation. We can leave it blank because it's not required. But if she provided it, we would enter it there. So I'm gonna put blank. But you can leave it blank. And then we're gonna hit continue. Thing is moving a little slow. And then it asks, can she be claimed as a dependent? Was she over 18? Is she blind and deceased? Based on the intake form that was provided in the scenario, none of these scenarios apply to her. We're gonna put the address. She's 302 Cleveland. And we're gonna put once you put the zip code in, it automatically populates the city and state. Atlanta, Georgia. There's no phone number on this intake form, and which is required. So I'm going to use today's date, 1-209-202-425. I just made up a phone number just so we could say that it's not a valid number. I'm in the live software. If we was in the demo software, that would have worked. So I'm gonna put my zip code and just skipping through. This is a dummy return. All right. So if you guys looked at the scenarios that I sent you, I provided social security cards and a copy of her driver's license. Per IRS records, we do not have to have a copy of the social security card or the birth certificate. However, it is required for new clients for two reasons: to make sure that the numbers that we're entering is correct, and also to make sure that the names is correct, because the names have to match the social security numbers. If they have a previous year's tax return that was filed that has this information on it, and they don't feel comfortable giving us the social security number and the birth certificate, we can utilize the previous year's tax return. However, the taxpayer must provide the driver's license, and they must provide proof of address for each children if they cannot provide the social security and the birth certificate. Continue. So it's asking about the Georgia information, and it might go into the Georgia return. It is. This is if you were working in a live return, what would happen? I'm gonna ask you some things about Georgia, which Georgia has a couple of questions. If you ever get into a state tax return and you don't know how to do it, definitely reach out to me and I can help you with that. The whole reason for me coming into software today was not really to calculate the return, but I wanted to show you guys where and how to upload documents. So if you look next to Respucia Lattimore's name, right here on the upper right hand side, you see a down arrow. You're going to click on that down arrow and you're going to see your office. Why isn't it not doing that? Same thing happened. I don't know why that's happening. Same thing happened when I was showing you guys. So if you're returning in, you see tools right here. I'm looking for scan documents. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping. I don't know why it's doing that. Try not to make this training too long. Two things I want to show you guys. Based on the conversation that I had with the IRS today in reference to due diligence, every time you and I'm gonna send you guys kind of like a ledger or two to write down or to notate in your notes every time you speak to a client. So say you meet a client and they've submitted their information, you're gonna write down 12/9/2024 received intake form. You enter it 12/11, 12/11 entered in software. 12/12, you're missing something. Contacted taxpayer via email, and you're gonna have all of that written down in some type of ledger, which I will submit. I will create for you guys, right? Okay, here we go. All right, so you see where it says scan documents? You're gonna go here. I think it pops up after you go out the return and come back in. And you're gonna see right here where it says upload documents. You're gonna click on upload documents, and this is where you're gonna upload a copy of the intake form along with any documents that the client provides. You see here it says drop file, so I'm gonna click here and I'm going to go and get this 3-page summary that I sent to you guys of the scenarios, and I'm gonna drop it here. In the documents, you to have the intake form, all of the documents that they provide, along with that ledger of when you spoke to them, whatever, everything, upload it. It needs to be uploaded before the client is funded. Before the file is closed out, that ledger needs to be uploaded. Reason being is that is what's going to cover your ass in the case of any type of due diligence, any type of compliance issues. We have it written down. We're going to notate it in the software as well, but I want you guys to upload it actually into the software as well. And this is where we have, this is when I go in here and I see this, when you guys submit the file for review, I look at what you guys have. And a lot of times there's nothing here. So now I have to contact you guys and then have to wait. And I'm a one-touch type of person. I do not like to go in and out of clients' files. If it's for review, I like to review it and submit it. I'm the same thing with my clients. If I sit down to work on a client's file, I want everything to be here. That means that I'm not just going into one W-2 and they have more. I'm waiting for you to sell me everything that I'm sitting down and I want to work on you. I hate going in and out of returns because then I have all these folders on my desk. I hope that makes sense. So you're gonna go right here where it says upload. This is just moving entirely slow, and I do apologize. And it's let's say it's messing with my flow today, the way it's moving so slow, because I wanted to go into jot form. Jot form is not pulling up, so I might have to do something different. Okay, so you're gonna go. I keep most of my stuff in my downloads folder, and I could do a separate training for you guys just on my organization of my desktop and my clients. So we're gonna go here. Where is it? Download tax scenarios has a folder, and we're working on restitution, and we go here. While I'm here, I just want to show you guys something. Document management, client management is very important. Very, very important. I use Google Drive, very important. So this is where I will upload this for that client. And then you see it pops up here. This go now, if anybody that clicks on the file, this is here. If you don't have the paperwork in front of you, this is here. If you upload everything from the beginning, it makes life so much easier. If they're like, oh, I sent you that already, and you're like, but I don't have it, you're able to just look at everything one time. Even what they send you via, when I say upload the jot form, because the jot form tells you what they initially. So just upload exactly what they send. All right, I hope that makes sense. So I just wanted to share something with you guys. I don't know if you can still see my screen, and I might. This is jot. You still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see my home screen right now? Oh no, it's telling me that it paused. I'm gonna have to do that. This thing is moving entirely too slow, and I don't want to have y'all all over the place. I'm gonna do a separate Zoom probably later on tonight and send it to you guys on my document management as far as how I have my desktop set up with all my clients in one place. Each client has a folder in Google Drive and on my desktop, and all of their documents go into that folder. That is to alleviate you from wondering, oh my gosh, where did I save that? Oh my goodness, I know I uploaded. Where did I put it? You put it in the right place in the right time, and then all of you guys are going to have a shared Google Drive folder with me. That means that anything that I get on my side, for instance, if they upload something through Canopy, Verifile, or any of the other methods that we use, JotForm, I'm going to put it in our shared folder under your clients. And you can enter, you can upload, it's a shared folder. So you can upload documents in that shared folder, and it makes it a lot easier for us as far as communication is concerned. So I know that I was all over the place today, and I do apologize. The system is just moving exceptionally slow, and it's frustrating me. Um, is there any questions over what I shared today?
It's
No?
not for me on this side. It was straightforward.
Okay. Yeah. So that's that. I realize trying to go into software, and I noticed this happened I thought it was just me, but Saturday when we had the big training with like I said, we did a training with like 150 tax offices Saturday night, and we had the same thing. Zoom and the software just they clash, and it's hard for me to show y'all the software training the way I want to, um, with it moving so slow. So I'm gonna have to try to do it separately and send it to you guys. Next week, Monday, is the last training live for this year. We're going to do trainings in January, but once the IRS opens up, they're going to be more on an as needed basis. We discussed the fears, and if life is lifing and you don't really want to have to do, you don't want to market, you don't want to do any of that. You just want to send referrals. I have an excellent referral program that is an option. If you want flyers, that is an option. If you want yard signs, door hangers, any of that, I purchased the templates for all of that over Black Friday because a lot of the marketers that create them had Black Friday sales. So I purchased the templates. I don't want to just send it to you guys and then because you're busy or whatever the case may be, you just overwhelmed and don't have time to do all of the decorating and all of that. I have the time. So if that's something that you want me to do, work on your marketing materials for you, I have a lot of nice marketing materials. If you want to create an ebook to use as a lead magnet, I have a great template for that I purchased. All you have to do is change the colors and add your name on it. There's so many things that I purchased to make the team better. And when I purchase things, I don't gatekeep. It's not just for me. So if you're interested in having your own copy of any of those marketing materials, just let me know. And for a small fee, it's yours. So that is that. If there's any questions, that will be it for today. And work on the scenarios. Just practice, 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 practice. Next week, we're going to do a client that owns a business because I realized I've worked on a lot of um, on individual returns, but the money is in the businesses. And everybody, my niche market of clients, so when people ask me who is my ideal client, my ideal, and I want you guys to think of it for yourself as well. What does your ideal client look like? So I created an avatar of who my client looks like. My ideal client is either a single mom that works a job, has kids, and also has a business, or a married couple that has a business and a 9 to 5. They're more than likely a high income earner over 100,000 K. That's my avatar. Based on that, you do need to know how to do a Schedule C return. You need to know how to work on expenses, what expenses to write off, what are red flags. Another thing that we're going to see a lot of is Uber riders. We call those, I can't get the word out right now. Uber Eats, Uber, DoorDash, Amazon, things of that nature. Um, any of those.
That actually would fit into me because I'm an independent contractor with them. Because I do, I'm a W-2, I'm a small business owner, and then I also do Uber Eats, I do Instawork, Instacart,
Yeah,
all
so
over
all of
the.
that. So that should be your ideal client
Gotcha.
because it's relatable to you. You
Mm-hmm.
know what the expenses are.
Yep.
You know that you should be tracking your mileage. So if
Mm-hmm.
I was you, that's who I would market to.
Okay.
That's what, because it's so many people that do it.
Yep.
If you do
Mm-hmm.
Uber, if you drive Uber, if you do Instacart, if you do Amazon Flex or any of things of those nature, if you're an
Mm-hmm.
independent contractor, then let me help you do your taxes. And that's my ideal client as well. So I can help you with your marketing on that. Natasha, I see you on the line. Your idea, in which you have a steady client base, but your clientele is starting to shift, and majority of them have a job and also have a business. So that's like our, I would say it's so common now that we do need to go over Schedule Cs and how to maximize a return. One thing I will say is, and that's just from me having the mindset of always want to maximize in people's return, there are going to be scenarios where people owe. It's our job to then now explain to them why they owe. And the majority of the time is because their withholding is not correct. And when their withholding is not correct, it can make a situation, it doesn't make it whether they have a business or not. So that now we go into tax planning and to explaining to these clients how you need to change your W-4 and what needs to be done. People value when you educate them. And when you add that extra to it, they don't mind paying the extra because you're giving them more than what they asked for. I had a client today text me about something that had nothing to do with taxes, but she's my tax client. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, but I know the answer. So I gave her the answer. You want to be that person that they feel comfortable with when they have certain questions. And then now you can start saying, you know what? Instead of paying, because this is something that I'm rolling out to my clients, instead of paying that one-time fee at during tax time, how about you have access to me all year round? You pay me monthly, and your taxes are done for free. So this is something I'm rolling out to my clients. Pay me $100 a month, or based on what their scenario is, $50 a month. And then when it's time to do their taxes, it's already paid for already. But then now, every time you have a question, I'm available for you. So that's something that I want you guys, we want to think outside of the box, and we want to look at it is that money is coming in residually on a constant basis. So those are the things I want you to consider and think about. Also, bookkeeping is at an all-time high. Um, I don't like to do bookkeeping, but I will do bookkeeping if they're willing to pay for it. But it is something that is needed. And as I'm going more into the tax resolution stage, because now I'm at a point where I'm telling businesses, and you can do the same. If you have a business and you don't have any bookkeeping, then I can't help you. But they need help. So now what they're going to do? They're going to pay for bookkeeping. And it could be a small, you could have a set fee. So basically a subscription, $59 a month, $69 a month, based on the number of transactions you have. I'll do your bookkeeping for you, and then, but and this is different from your actual taxes. So I want you guys to just think outside of the box. That's just some of the things that you can add on to your the services that you provide. I don't want to go too long. I think I've been talking for quite some long. Khadijah, I'm going to schedule time for you this week. Everybody on the team
Okay.
has to have a one-on-one with me sometime this week before next Monday. Please, let's have a one-on-one. If you haven't sent me your documents, please do so. I'm entering them into a spreadsheet. Um, to make my life easier, I am just strict on having everything in spreadsheets and in order. I just don't want any disorder. So anything that I'm asking for is because it's uploaded into a shared, and you guys are going to get an email from me about Verifile and about Canopy. You're going to have a folder in Verifile with all of the documents that you send me. And the same will be for your clients. Your clients are going to have access to the last 3 years tax returns. Even if they went to someone last year and they sent us a copy of their 20 their previous tax return, it's going to be in that file that they can access. Whether they do taxes with us or not, they will have access to a Verifile. We want to be different from the rest, and that's a service that I think that A lot of people, when they're like, oh, I need a copy of my tax return. How many times do you hear people, oh, I need a copy of my tax return, and you send it to them, and then 3 months later, oh, I need a copy of my tax return. And you're like, what did you do with the last copy I sent you? Well, now we're just going to have one place for everything. They can use it if they're buying a house, buying a car, whatever they can. They'll have a file, a virtual file of all of their tax returns. All right. So that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for jumping on. I appreciate you. We will meet next Monday. Look forward to a number of things coming out this week. And I'm excited about tax season 2025. I really am. And I hope you guys are too. All right. Good night.
Good night.